All right, no time to waste. We take you right to Tiger Baseball in about 45 minutes. Hope everybody's doing okay. Gorgeous day in the Motor City. And we have a game 3, a deciding elimination game in the playoffs, which normally would fuel excitement and nervousness. But I want to let you behind the curtain on something. I went into our show sheet and was speaking with David pre-show, Rico, and I was greeted by this note. Now, these are the words of David Hull, a leader not only of the black community, but of 97 Won the Ticket. And David's note is the following. Quote, "Hooray, game 3. Just put me out of my misery already." That was his that was his show prep. That's his notes. And I would have said, okay, David, you've gone too far. But, Rico, I know you heard the morning show. They were getting almost 2/3 of their texts and calls of people who they love this team, but they've had enough. They are throwing the damn towel. This is Drago versus Apollo Creed. They don't want to watch it anymore. So I wanted your take on this because it's a wild concept if you think about they haven't been to the ALDS back-to-back in over a decade. And, no, these games are not fun to watch.
Right.
And, no, I don't think either of these teams is winning the World Series. But has this team angered you so much, frustrated you so much, hurt you so much that you are David? Does David speak for the people of Detroit in that you're just saying, you know what, put me out of my misery?
I think David does speak for a lot of the people in the city of Detroit because this is no longer a novelty. This is no longer new. This isn't something like last year. It was exciting because you didn't expect it, and they go on this magical run. And I don't really care how far you go. Let's just go out there and have some fun and have some daiquiris at the game. This year, okay, let's get better. You didn't get better at the trade deadline. Okay, you were told, don't worry about it. We got this. Okay. Now you go into the playoffs, and I was just telling Otto in the updates, you don't feel like this team can really win a World Series. When you watch the other playoff games and you play the mythical, well, if the Tigers played against this team, you don't feel good. You don't feel like, oh, this is a matchup they absolutely can win. You're more so feeling it's just going to crash and burn again. So for people like David, don't just end the ride. Let's just pull over to the side. Let me out the car. I'll walk home because I don't need to see what's going to happen next because I already know what's going to happen next.
How much of that do you think is tied into the deadline and the smarminess from the organization? And basically, no, I mean, I talked to
1,000%, Mike. I think that's where it comes from. Is, you're being told, I don't want to be haunted by a ghost of giving away prospects. And, basically it was the Scott Harris version of we're good. And
well, it's funny you say that, Rico, because when you look at how flawed these two teams are, and in my opinion, they are the two worst teams in the playoffs, even though I believe the Tigers will win today.
Tigers in 3?
Hey, man, I got it wrong. I'll own it. I mean, AJ was intent on giving that one away yesterday, apparently.
Hey, the hats and T-shirts still work, Mike.
TIT.
There you go.
Here's how you know how flawed your teams are, right? Cleveland and Detroit. Look at the lineups today. And, I mean, you're kind of awestruck by this. You have, in the 3-hole, Wensiel Perez, who may or may not be a major league ball player on an actual good team. Wensiel Perez has hit .089 the last 15 games. .089. He's in the 3-hole of a deciding, in essence, a Game 7. Cleveland, you think you're better? You have George Valera in the 2-hole, which from an analytics standpoint, is the most important spot. Now, by the way, I like what AJ did moving Carp up. He plays his best ball statistically, batting second. But think about that. Here's the protection you have for Carp. Wensiel Perez. At least for Cleveland, Valera's protection is J-Ram. But it's Rico, this is where I want to know from the people. Like, I still think they're winning today. I do believe in positive regression. I do believe that 4 for 46 from runners in scoring position. I know you or what did you say the other day, brother? You were like, #baseball reasons. Like, You're right.
It's
there is an
baseball.
element. Yeah, I'm just throwing my hands in the air. You can't eternally. Like I sent you guys the stat last night. I go, Tigers 4 for 46, their last 4 playoff games, runners in scoring position. Aaron Judge against the Red Sox the last 2 nights, 4 for 4. It shows you how ridiculous 4 for 46 is. That in essence, here I'll say it, they're due. It couldn't possibly continue this way. Here's the other thing. The Jack Flaherty angle. So the question is...
But hold on, Mike.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I know you're right. I'll just say it.
Due is AJ saying, well, let's see what Jemai has in him. What else?
In essence.
It is.
In essence. I know. And I'm not fighting you. I can't. I just know 4 for 46 is like, it's a field goal kicker missing 10 kicks in a row. It's just not possible. I don't know what else to say, and I'm the king of data, and I believe in everything I say on the air, and I try to support it with real data and not just like feelings and stupidity. But I can't back this up other than it's so historically inept. It's so absurd. It's so ridiculous that it would have to change a little. And I do believe coming through once today with runners in scoring position could win you the game. Now, the Flaherty angle, he's either going to pitch a gem or he's going to get blown up. If you pull the data how he pitched against Cleveland all year, really good. The problem, here's Rico cackle, no run support. I mean, he lost a game where I think he pitched 7, gave up 3 earned. They lost 7-0.
I got one better for you, buddy.
Exactly. But I want to know where you guys are at. Look, I do. I believe they're going to win this game because Cleveland is worse than you. Cleveland's awful. But I totally understand where David is at. Like, look, I can be transparent. Do I enjoy watching this team play? No. I've said that all year. I don't enjoy this brand of baseball. I don't want to run a team this way. I don't respect it. I don't enjoy it. And I'm telling you factually, it doesn't win World Series to play this way.
Right.
But I'm not going to lie to people and say I don't think they're winning today if I think they're winning. I mean, I do. I think Jack Flaherty over, what is it, Sebastian Ciccione or Bobby Chachi or whatever this guy's name is. At a certain point, I have the veteran. They got the unproven guy. Has he owned the Tigers this year? Yes. Playoffs are a different thing.
Here's the thing.
I don't know, man.
No, Mike, here's the thing. And it's going to sound redundant, but yes, you have to score runners in scoring position. Why? I think the magic number is 3 for the Tigers. Not winning in the third game, but can you score 3 or more runs?
Yes.
Because
this is
for
like
some
a football
reason,
game,
yeah.
Iowa, Minnesota, over under 34.5. You're like, yeah, it's a race to 17.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
If you could get to 3, because for some reason or another, and a blood oath with the devil, the Guardians are keeping their opponents to 2 runs or less, and they're doing just enough to beat them. So
do you think they're going to win? And here's the other one. Does David speak for you? I know it's easy to take shots at David. It's fun. But David is just saying, put me out of my misery. I don't want to watch it anymore. It's an entertainment product I don't find entertaining. And his discontent with Scott Harris and with the deadline and with the way this team plays outweighs his desire for the Old English D to advance. I'm not going to yell at people who feel that way. Like, if I didn't do this for a living, would I say, oh, hot damn, I got to watch part 12 of Tigers and Guardians? No. It's some of the most painful baseball you'll ever watch. But this is what we're offered. I don't know. I'm torn because there's a part of it where you look at it, Rico, and you go, they're doing 75% of it right. They're getting people on base. And if you keep doing that, eventually you come through. I mean, they have left 23 runners on base in 2 games.
Right.
How is that possible?
I mean, I go back to just how last year ended for them and how they stranded people, how you started the game off yesterday when you could have just blown the doors off of Cleveland. They were teetering. They were on the ropes. But with bases loaded, no out first inning, and you scored nothing?
I know.
Question mark?
248-539-9797. You got 2 different ways to play. Do you believe they're winning today? And I need a reason. I do. I've given you a couple. And then Is David all of us? When David says, just put me out of my misery, just please get out of my way. It's football season. This isn't a serious product. It's not a fun product. And David, I'm speaking as if you've passed away, even though I know you're here. So I want to apologize for that. And maybe you should talk. Why did I do that like David died?
No, it's cool.
And I'm like, David's last breath was, go ahead, in your words.
No, it's cool because when Rico spoke, he spoke mostly my heart there, because what it is it's the offseason. We went into the offseason. I was hoping for bad or two. We didn't do that. And now I'm stuck watching this product on the field, every pitch, every at bat. And Mike, you're right. They're getting him on base. But if we had that bat that I wanted, I feel like we could get them home, and we're not. And I'm stuck watching it. But guess what happened at 3:08? I'll be sitting there rooting for the best, hoping for the best. Let's do this, Tigers, because I love this team. I want them to do great. It's just I'm stuck watching this. Like, what am I watching?
You've said you're done. You had enough.
I am.
All right. Well, listen, I want to hear from the people on it. I think it's pretty damning. Now, look, it's kind of like you make fun of a horse enough pre-race, you basically put it in the winner's circle. I'm probably doing that with Wensil. Not that I think Wensil's a bad player. I think he's a good utility guy. But the fact that that guy is batting third in essentially a Game 7, that's pretty damning. It's damning for Riley Green. I think it's damning for the organization. They moved Glaber up, got Parker Meadows out of that leadoff spot. I mean, on paper, it looks good. The problem is Glaber's been horrendous, basically, since July. AJ only has so many buttons he can push. Now, yesterday, did he push the wrong ones? Absolutely. But I can't kill him for the lineup, Rico. It's almost like, God, I wish they had a really accomplished lightning-in-a-bottle lefty who they could have trotted out there today. What's his name? Oh, McGonigal. But see, they didn't want to do that. You know who's hitting fifth for the Guardians today? Chase DeLauder, their best prospect.
Their guy.
Yeah. I'm just making a point. This radio show called for McGonigal to get a cup of coffee in mid-August. Exactly. Look, it would have been nice, right? Would anyone sit here and tell you the at-bats McGonigal would offer you are substantially worse than most of this lineup?
No.
But see, one organization is doing everything they can to win, and the other one isn't. And I think if you're David and you want this team to go away, that's probably why.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I'm not going to crucify you.
No, it's like when Job went out there last in playoffs, and you know what? He didn't look great, and nobody got angry. It was like, okay, kid's not ready yet, but took a chance.
I don't know, man. I still think they're going to get it done today. But I want to hear from the people. Who gives a damn what I think? Plus, is David all of us? 248-539-9797. We'll get the people. We'll get you right up to the ball game here in about 30 minutes.